I know everybody's playing Pokemon these days, but I play it a little bit differently.
Alright, if you haven't guessed, we are making a Pokemon Go Pokeball launcher. Materials are pretty simple. A couple pieces of PVC pipe, some PVC glue, a reducer, and a cap. For accelerant, we're using hairspray, and then to ignite it, we're using a simple grill igniter. Our combustion chamber is a 4-inch pipe that we're cutting down to size, and then the barrel is a 3-inch pipe. First step after marking it was to cut the combustion chamber down to size. Started off with a hacksaw, which gets pretty boring. And tiring. So we move on to bigger and better things, namely power tools. If you want to get really fancy and make sure your Pokemon Go Pokeball launcher works perfectly, you take care of all the burrs, inside and out. Gonna make sure you shake your glue and get on there all the way around, nice and thick. First piece to get glued together was the cap. Then the next piece was our reducer. That took our 4-inch pipe down to a 3-inch. Lastly was the barrel. The key here is to twist, not push. Twisting works much better. Next up was mounting the grill igniter and making it work. 2 holes needed to get drilled into the side of the combustion chamber so we could feed the prongs of the grill igniter into the combustion chamber. Then 2 smaller holes needed to get drilled so we could feed self-tapping screws through the brackets of the prongs of the grill igniter and into the side of the combustion chamber. We then took some silicone and sealed up any potential leaks. And then we needed to make a handle, so we took an old tent pole and cut a 5-inch piece off of it. Pretty simple. Then we needed a strap. The strap is going to go around the outside of the combustion chamber and give us a place to mount that handle that you just saw us cut. A little skill and patience, we got ourselves a nice, perfectly straight strip of sheet metal. Then we just have to take it and bend it to the shape and contour of the combustion chamber, and then mark and drill some holes for a zip tie and the handle. 1 hole, 2 hole, 3 hole, 4. Then we took a zip tie, fed it all the way around the combustion chamber and the straps, and then took some epoxy and made sure none of it was going to ever go anywhere. The zip tie is red, of course, because Pokemon. Next, to finish out the handle, we needed to run the wires from the grill igniter prongs up along the side of the Pokemon Go Pokeball launcher and then across the handle. These wires just have some normal push-on fittings that get pushed onto the button itself, and then to ensure it'll always work, never come apart, and never break, some electrical tape is then used to wrap around the wires, and then the button assembly itself just gets pushed into the side of the handle. If you're wondering, that was Windex. Windex makes pretty good lube if you want to push things together like this. And that's that. We're ready to go. Shoot some Pokemon. And hey, look at that. The igniter works. Wild pole bird appears. Crap.